Okay, today we are making a do-it-yourself non-toxic air freshener that you can literally make in 5 minutes. Guys, this is like the simplest thing. So I was scrolling Instagram, shouldn't do that all the time, but I was scrolling one day and these air fresheners that were being advertised to me popped up and they said they were non-toxic. So I went to look at the ingredients. They said essential oils were used and of course piqued my interest. So I went and checked the ingredients and I noticed that it was labeled fragrance. And fragrance can sometimes be a word they use to hide synthetic fragrances. So I was like, why don't I just check and see if we can make our own very simply? So I figured it out with literally like 2 ingredients, water and gelatin, and then you can add any combination of essential oils. I'm gonna share my favorites today, but let's go ahead and make this. And I also sort of copied the company in the jar that they used because I thought it was aesthetically very cute. So I just ordered some jars off of Amazon and I found some like wooden tops. And so you can see this is a completed air freshener. The gelatin solidifies and you mix the essential oils in there. And so it's just gelatin, water, and essential oils. And we're gonna make this, you're gonna see how easy and quick this is. And then the benefit to this, so we diffuse a lot of essential oils in our home. So that requires adding some water and essential oils to a diffuser and plugging it in. So these would be a great benefit to a bathroom or bedrooms, especially kids that maybe might not be apt to actually turn a diffuser on, but it would help to neutralize the odors. It would also help because essential oils have a lot of anti-benefits, you know, antimicrobial, antifungal, give good benefits to the air. Plus we know that indoor air pollution is way worse than outdoor and we spend 90% of our time indoors. So let's go ahead and make these cute little air fresheners that are super cheap to make as well and easy. So I pre-measured out my water already. I just used a little tea kettle to make it easy. So you want to bring the water almost to a boil. So I use about a cup of water. This tea kettle kind of brings it right before that boiling point and it's been sitting in there. So I pour that in there. So 1 cup of water. And then we're gonna add about a tablespoon. I like to add just a tiny bit more to make sure I get the gel nice and thick and sets up. So you just sprinkle that in slowly as you whisk it. Might have been a little too fast. You might have some lumps, but I wouldn't panic. You can keep whisking that and they kind of disappear. Try to shake that gelatin off and get it all in there. So this is all you do. Now, one thing you want to do is this actually won't set up for about an hour or 2, could be 3 hours, just depending on where you live, but you just want to mix that in really good. It is best if you let that water cool a little bit before you actually add the essential oils because the heat can kind of take away some of the added benefits of essential oils. So once that's good and mixed in, you can see that's sort of a clear, I don't know, kind of vanilla looking liquid. Then I'm actually gonna use one of my favorite combinations, which is pretty simple because it's 10 drops of these 3 oils. We're gonna add tea tree, wild orange, and peppermint. Adding tea tree, also known as Melaleuca alternifolia from the plant name, is going to give you a huge benefit to the air that you're in and help to kind of detoxify that air, digest those odors. So we're gonna do 10 drops of this. I am going to add this probably a little sooner than I should just for sake of time. So my water's probably a little bit hot. I give it maybe 10, 15 minutes to cool down. Keep kind of stirring. So we're just gonna drop about 10 drops of tea tree in. If you get a drop or 2 more, don't panic. Like it's not the end of the world. It'll still smell amazing and give you all those benefits. Then we're gonna do 10 drops of wild orange and just kind of keep stirring that. But like I said, it won't set up for about 2 hours, sometimes 3, but also can be a little bit sooner. And then we're gonna do 10 drops of peppermint and mix that in really good. And then we're gonna literally pour this in our jar. If you're counting, I was not. That might not have been 10, but we're gonna mix this in. Mix it around really good and you'll really get that aroma coming up. And then literally you just pour this in the jar. Now I don't pour the full cup in here. Reason being is because I don't want to like push this top down and have it come spilling out. So there's gonna be a little bit left. Now, I do let this sit on the counter to cool with the lid off, right? So we just let that sit there. I think it only took mine about an hour and a half, 2 hours to fully set. And then once that is fully set, you can pop this lid on. And again, the end product is this. These lids are nice and snug, which is good, is this. Now, I would say these probably would last a good 30 days sitting in an area. You can refresh them by just adding some drops of oil on top, similar to whatever oil maybe you want the most aroma from your blend, or you can do all three. But then maybe after 45, 60 days, empty that out and make another one. It's very simple. I would encourage you to make, you know, maybe 3 to 4 to 5 at a time. And I will definitely make sure that I link up all the recipes, because we have a couple combinations that I really love, depending on what area of the house you might want to place these air fresheners. A really fun one, because I love all spicy combos, is our cinnamon, citrus bliss, and vanilla combination. Again, I'll drop the recipe below. Another fun recipe is for bathrooms or even bedrooms. It'd be some eucalyptus, lavender. You can add some tangerine or a wild orange. Kitchens, you could use some lemon and clove. Another really fresh aroma is our rosemary, our spearmint, and then you can also add some tea tree to that. So those are some really fun combinations. Again, don't feel like you have to remember those. We'll make sure we have them all linked up below. But I would love to hear from you if you have some other fun combinations that you come up with. But these air fresheners are literally gonna cost you very little. We'll link up where I got the jars on Amazon, where I got these lids. I got them in a pack of, I think, 12, so you can make a ton for your whole entire home. And then those jars are reusable, lids are reusable. All you need is gelatin, water, and essential oils. So thank you so much for joining us today. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button and let us know what your favorite air freshener recipe is below.